off in Vegas, Jay?
Actually, no one from Minnesota had the best map, number 4. Yeah. You got to completely shake that one off because it's all about the game 5. First one of chance, baby. Let's get it.
Yeah, let's go, Vegas. Let's hope this is one of many here on the weekend. It's time to find out, can Minnesota deliver us with the stunner, or can New York get the reverse sweep? Hydra answering early with the first blood. Backs up and gives a little high five to P-Dog, who finds one in stride. Thankfully for Rokkr, they at least are able to drop one in the meantime, but are still down in man advantage.
Yeah, it's attach advance now. We'll have to try to clutch on up. You see the game plan from the Subliners. That's just all stack, hit a conga line right up through the diner. They take down attach. Now it's Vance left in the 1v3. Too many players from the Subliners in your line of sight. As Hydra starts it off with the first blood, Priesta with the second. And then just keep themselves in the man advantage the entirety of the time. Great teamwork for New York on full display in round number 1.
You can tell Bance in that situation is like, okay, I guarantee I'm going to see somebody. Yeah. Then he sees everybody. Yep. So in a spot like that, you can tell for New York, feeling good. Paco, no, he just delivered a crucial blow there to Bance. Round 1, going the way of New York. I tell you what, man, for Minnesota, obviously you want to try to win as many rounds as possible, but it feels like round 2, round 3, you got to get something going your direction. You need to see something positive pop up on the scoreboard for once.
And did we just see Hydra with a sniper in hand? Like, this guy's just different. We always were talking about Skies, his impact with the sniper. Yeah. But so far, it's been Priest in map number 2, Hydra now in map number 5. Skies is trying to get out with his life. He does have that bomb in hand, and he's able to do so with great team shots coming in out of Kismet. Right now, the Subliners, they're getting all the information. They know exactly how Minnesota are playing this. It's all about the adjustments from now.
Take a look at player number 8 as well. Priest rocking dead silence. He's just going to be below fame in a situation like that. So players just moments away from potentially going for the engagement. First blood, as we said, means so much in this game mode and in a game 5. As everything goes on pause for a moment, chaos about to ensue, Jay.
Yeah, Kismet invested that silence, takes full couches control. Right now, Minnesota Rokkr just playing this beautifully on defense. They're gonna run right into what Minnesota needs them to do. It's gonna fall into the hands of Bance. He at least finds the first blood. You do have one player in Priesta with full bedroom control, but it's about stopping this bomb plan, and unfortunately, Cammy cannot. So New York have the opportunity as Hydra finds the third with the snipe attached in the 1v3.
It's all up to Mr. Price, puts in some shots, but surely this cannot go his way. An unbelievably clutch player, but 35 seconds to go. A to retake. Surely there's just no way. And with time continuing to dwindle, I think he realizes as well, maybe better to hold off. Not feed New York more. Not feed Hydra more. Looking for anybody to showcase a leg, showcase an arm. Finally gets the engagement, but it's New York again who comes out on top. 2 very solid rounds.
And that was such a slow round for both teams. New York, you can just tell in their attack, they were trying to see what Minnesota were going to do. It was early pressure up towards the A-bomb. You got Skies to back down, but they were not worried about losing that positioning. They wrap their way back over towards A. They find the trade on towards Vance. Priest takes full control of bedroom. And then Hydra, it doesn't matter what gun he has in his hand, he's going to be able to find at least 1 kill. As the Subliners take 2 in a row, now up 2-0.
As we said, another round for Minnesota. You got to get on the board. Vance, the only player with a kill through our first 2, that it obviously has to change. Fame, who has been an unbelievable SD player on Hotel, quickly tagged up. A nade over the top is going to give New York numbers for the moment, but it's Cammy who comes away with the double. And just like that, we're talking about 2s. Now it's a 2v2. Bomb drop, but still plenty of time on the round.
And Cammy and Vance, Kismet and Priesta. Bomb going to be down in towards main arch. Still a lot of time for Minnesota to work with. Vance invested that dead silence, trying to find the timing in towards bedroom. Kismet is not going to get any sound cues that he's in his positioning. And now with Vance here, probably want to go for the chow, and he does. Kismet makes him pay for it. Now it's Cammy in a 1v2.
And that's so frustrating, right? If you're Cammy, you don't even end up finding Kismet as the trade. Kismet with a huge 1v1. Delivers yet another blow that Minnesota cannot handle. In the clutch, New York come out on top again as they continue to stack up the chips.
Last 6 out of 7 times the Subliners have played Hotel S&D, they have found a W. They have played this map so much as of recent because this is one that they know they have to square up versus every single team. So far, that is 3 rounds in a row for New York. To now try to complete this reverse sweep, Minnesota Rokkr have to have a response here, and this is the round that I love out of them. When they force stack through the middle of the map, you have Attach watching that cross over towards A to not allow any players to sneak on by in towards bedroom. But it might not work in their favor because the New York Subliners, they're applying the pressure in towards Diner, Hydra. I thought he found a time, but the rookie takes him down. Minnesota, man advantage.
Just that one route that Hydra takes is maybe the one angle that Rokkr were not prepared for. Quite a bit of blood splattered already in this round. Minnesota finally able to get on the board, and the crowd is loving it, Jay.
Yeah, that's a much-needed one right there for Rokkr. Stacked through the map, whilst crosses towards both sides. Put yourself in a position to where you're instantly able to go for a trade. The guns engagements go down. Minnesota Rokkr now able to stop the bleeding. But now they're back on the attacking side. It's been multiple first bloods from the Subliners so far, 2 on their defense. Want to try to slow this one down, play for your info, but most importantly, play for that first kill.
That's the thing we talk about when it comes down to this map 5. Minnesota, their map choice, but for New York, there's a lot of VOD to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, this team has played it so many times. They've played it 14 times since Major 4. They've won 6 of their last 7 Hotel S&Ds. Rokkr, can you start to really weed out the strategy, start to figure things out? As I'm sure the brain is moving, the strategy's starting to be learned. As Rokkr will get that bomb down on B for free.
Now it's a 4v4 retake. Subliners have 3 players applying pressure through the back end. And 1 player in Kismet invested that dead silence going for the super long route. Eventually leads to Fame, finding the first blood onto Skies. Now Priest and Hydra had to slow down, and Kismet could not win the one-on-one. So now Hydra and Priesta need a miracle to happen because it's not easy to break in towards the kitchen.
It's all up to P-Dog. He gets silenced. Minnesota, Jay, they come into that round with the plan and knew exactly what they wanted to do. Rush right in the kitchen, get the bomb down, make New York come to us before they can start to figure out what we're doing. And once they get there, it's the rookie who comes away with the first blood.
And that's just another situation right there where Subliners get all the info early into the round. Same thing like map number 2 when Skies watched them cross over towards B. You got to be quicker on that retake situation. You cannot allow that bomb to go down for free. At least open a couple doors, make it a little bit scary for the Rokkr players. By the time they get there, relied on too many one-on-one gunfights, which eventually leads to Rokkr chaining 2 in a row now. Back into this search and destroy.
Bang!
Subliners go for the 2-2 split. Hydra again, with the sniper in hand, finds the first blood.
Guy can literally just do it all, Jay. As we said,
Everything.
SMG, he and Sky's been trading, having that sniper out. Wonderful work here from the French Phenom. Now it's 6-3. I would love to see a 7. We are in Vegas after all. Can he manage to snap? Rokkr down in numbers, and really the only player in here's distance up. This is going to be player number 2. Cammy hanging out in luggage. Thankfully, is still remaining. Dolphin dives to safety. So Rokkr, do not drop that second member just yet.
Yeah, they just got to make sure they're holding down Cammy in his positioning, because with those doors open, he'll be able to spot anytime that they try to go for that bomb plant. Fame saves the nade. He's able to get Kismet off of it now, but what happens to Attach? Fortunately, he nades himself, and now it's a 2v4.
Yeah, and Fame should surely get sniffed out. He ends up getting eventually left now in a 1v4. Yeah, the pinch is there. If we have a replay, we'd love to see it. That is absolutely, Jay, where that round comes to a close.
Oh yeah, once Attach take care of himself, New York, no, we're in a 4v2. We got the positioning of at least 1 player towards bottom bed, and we also know where Cammy is towards bottom luggage. So let's just try to go for this bomb plant, keep ourselves in the man advantage. But to take a replay, look at it again.
Attach is already out.
Yeah, he's already dead. All right, that's the final 2 from Skies. Subliners take the round. They're now up 4-2. But Attach is going to be beating himself up for that one. That could not happen, especially in this moment.
Yeah, in a situation like this, now down 2-4, Minnesota starting to build some momentum, trying to even things up at 3. Had such a wonderful start to this series, and they're going to need him to be on point. Now from this point forward, Bance, aggressive as you'd like. Watch as that trophy get placed down. He's still looking for his first COD Champs trophy. But with Deddy popped, he's at least gained quite a bit of map positioning, and he's also gifted the first blood. Excellent start for Rokkr, Jay.
Big first kill right there out of Bance. Now that dead silence does reset, they have the ability to cover more ground without being heard. Now into 4v3, let's just get this bomb down. Let's force New York to retake in this scenario. All the players from the Subliners invest that dead silence. They know that Bance is in his positioning. Kismet again wins that one-on-one to make it a 3v3.
And it's been versus Bance, I think, in both occasions. Yeah. Kismet, unreal in a spot like that, but still a job to do. 3v3, time continues to tick. Cammy brought low, Fame ends up answering, however, he drops. Now we're the 2v2, Cammy a big one! Rokkr, hold on! Despite some heroics in top bed from Kiz, Minnesota lock it down in a round that they had to take, Jay.
Such a crucial one, indeed, my friend. Bance starts it off with the first blood. You get the bomb down, you force New York to go for the retake. But then everyone was playing their life beautifully. Fame in towards Eldes. He wasn't popping up until Cammy needed help. He finds that kill, the trade is there. But then every single player from Minnesota wins a one-on-one gunfight. Take the round, now down 4-3. Such a back and forth search and destroy that we have had on our hands. But it's gonna be the Subliners on the attack. Going back to the 2-2 split, old reliable, but this time it's Hydra with the SMG.
Hydra, clearly hungry, he's hanging out in the restaurant. He now will become the owner of it. Tosses out some utility, gets some map positioning, but from there, rest of the round is gonna come down to the other arrows on the map. He does at least lure attach into the top side of the map. Meanwhile, it could be the bomb that's rotating. Looked like a lot of min-map pressure, and now we begin to shift over into the restaurant. First pick still yet to be found. Still a decent amount of time on the clock.
Yeah, and Skies is just putting out a couple shots over towards A. He's just trying to keep Minnesota at bay, continuously having the 2-2 split. They don't know where the pressure's coming in, but Fame with the first blood onto Priesta finds the second kill onto Hydra.
What?
Don't know how he wins that, but Minnesota now into 4v2, making a 4v1. Fame does it all through the middle of the map to take down 3. Minnesota Rokkr, we're down 0-3. They have tied the game at bat 4. That's up close and personal versus Hydra with an SMG. You do not see that happen. The rookie is not afraid of the moment. Minnesota tie the game up.
That's a kill that's basically like worth 5. Like you should add like a +5.
You should earn a cruise missile for that one.
Especially versus that guy. Fame not affected by the brightest stage that he has ever seen. Gets a hat trick, and look at that scoreline now. Minnesota right back in it. Into round 9 we go. Rokkr once again will have that objective on their back as Bance looks to lead the charge. We find another first blood here.
Oh, and he's making plays, man. He's covering so much ground. I don't know if the Subliner is going to be able to read this positioning, as the bomb is now going to get planted over towards A. It's another retake for New York. Every time that Minnesota have got the bomb down, they have found success. Can New York try to turn it around here?
A few players in through couches, mid-cross. Was watched there from Kismet. Bance looking for information. Cammy has got to stay alive. Brought down low. Kismet there to start things off. Fame again, as solid as you'd like. A statue ends up dropping another. New York currently inside of the bomb site. As Bance looks for info, you got players from Minnesota all over this site looking for information. Time continues to tick. He finds nothing. They find all 3. New York, they find all 3 on the retake. What just happened?
That cannot happen. There was only 15 to 20 seconds left. All the players from New York had no info on where anyone from Minnesota was playing. Once you put down a couple shots through luggage, you at least get the positioning of one player. But Priesta, once he wins that first gunfight, you know the second guy isn't towards luggage. You stack the bodies just in case you try to go for the defuse and eventually find the final. But that's a round that Minnesota Rokkr definitely want back. You can't give that one up. It now puts the Subliners at game point.
What do we think, Vegas? Is it done here? Or are we headed to around 11? Minnesota, one they gift away. They cannot afford to make another mistake in one as valuable as that. New York on the attack, looking for info. First blood would mean everything right now, especially for the Minnesota side.
In Minnesota, they're going back to old reliable. Let's just stack through the map, watch the cross over towards bedroom. Put down a couple shots on the cross, but that's just teamwork on full display right there from the Subliners. Early shots from Skies, leads to Hydra finding the first blood, and there's too many bodies for Bands in his positioning. It's now a 4v2. The rookie and Cammy left to clutch up.
Fame, he's gotta be ready. He's gotta be ready. Oh, Priesta wins another. It's all on to Cammy. No upset today